Right folks, we're hitting another food review for you today. It is a taste of summer from Aldi. But which ones are they? These are the specially selected range of summer tapas style food. There's 6 to choose from. These are £2.49 each. I think the idea behind it is you get a few and you kind of a little taste of summer as you go along. Well, I'll be the judge of whether they're a good taste of summer or not. But with the 6, they cook either in the oven or into the microwave. I think one of them's in the microwave, the rest in the oven. Quite quickly, to be fair, anywhere between 9 to 10 minutes, so it's going to be an easy cook on this one. But let's take a little look at what we've got first. We've got Iberico ham croquettes, then we're on to the pork and beef koftas, the Spanish mushroom croquettes, char-grilled Spanish chorizo, meatball albondigas, and finally the chicken parmesana. Here we go, folks. Right, let's take you through these. Chicken parmesana. Chicken breast in a marinara sauce with basil, mozzarella, pearls and parmesan. Meatball albondigas. British pork and beef meatballs in a smoky tomato and herb sauce. Char-grilled Spanish chorizo. You got delicious spiced pork sausage in a sherry and honey glaze topped with chimichurri. Pork and beef koftas. British pork and beef koftas seasoned with herbs and spices served with a gundula chilies and garlic aioli. Iberico ham croquettes. Iberico ham in a smooth, creamy bechamel sauce coated in golden breadcrumbs with a romesco style sauce. And Spanish mushroom croquettes. Mushrooms in a smooth, creamy bechamel sauce coated in golden breadcrumbs with smoky tomato and brava sauce. Starting off with these first, the Iberico ham croquettes. Here they go. Now, they've cooked in the oven in the time that you're supposed to cook them for. They've come out a little bit soft. I think obviously, you know, with a nice croquette, if you're going to deep fry them, then they'll keep that nice and crispiness on the outside, but yeah, it's a little bit floppy. There we go. Not the most appealing of looking things on the middle there. Very grey. Dip in the sauce. I mean, they slip down way too easily. Really bitter in the flavour inside. I think basically the Iberico ham that's been using it is very cheap, so it's lost a little bit of its kind of nicer flavours in there. This is a vinegary sauce as well. It's supposed to be a romesco sauce. Yeah, it's supposed to be a romesco style sauce. I think obviously when they put the preservatives in to keep them for longer, the vinegar sort of takes over on there. It's a shame. And the way they've cooked, they've gone really, really floppy. So you're not getting any crispiness on that side that you want from a croqueta. I think that's going to be the same for the other ones later on, but I won't buy these. They're not working for me. 1 out of 10 on that one. Now we've got the beef and pork koftas, the little garlic aioli, which has come out a little bit solid. I can tell you now, this is full of gristle. I can see the pieces in there. It's supposed to be Aldi specially selected. You're supposed to be better quality meats in there, you're supposed to be better everything. You've bunched up a load of poor quality food, the pork and the beef in there. I mean, the gristle's just not acceptable, really, especially on something that you're paying more for or there. That sauce being solidified tastes all right, but honestly, it's just not kind of sitting right with me. If these were done properly, the taste of them is actually pretty nice. You are getting greasy, cheap meat in there, but the spices that I'm using them are good. But I can't give this more than a 2 out of 10. No thanks. Moving on to our floppy, soggy mushroom croquettes with a Brava style sauce. It's that greyness inside again, isn't it? Well, hey, let's go for this one. Do you know what? They're quite pleasant. The mushroom's not too overpowering. You get loads of cheese here, and the Brava sauce goes really nice. Yeah. I take a little bit back on the koftas you mentioned before. I don't really, but we're on to a bit of a winner there. I'm not the biggest fan of mushrooms either, and I quite happily eat them. Problem is, they're soggy. Soggy and messy, and not quite like proper croquettes at all. However, I am going to give these ones a 6 out of 10 because they're actually pretty tasty. How about some chorizo, whatever you want to call it, Okay, right, now, I like the fact that they've tossed it into a chimichurri sauce. It's pretty, looks pretty good, smells really good. Go. So, now, the chimichurri is delicious on it. You've got a sherry and honey glaze. Now, I'll tell you now, you're not tasting that honey in there, But you know what? I'm not disappointed with that. The glaze is now sat in the kind of sauce in there, and that sherry with the chorizo is really, really good. If they've used Spanish sherry in there as well, I know it's got much deeper and much sweeter kind of flavours in it. I really like this one, and I think it's quite nice. It's very greasy, and it doesn't quite do what it says on the tin, because you're missing the honey, but yeah, I'm a big, big fan of this one. I'm borderline on a 10 here, but because it hasn't got that honey flavour in it, I can't give it a 10. Do really like it, 9 out of 10. Do go for these ones, very nice. And meatballs! Meatball albondigas next. Let's get tucking in to these and see what they're like. You don't get many in here. It's definitely cheaper meat in there. Yeah, fine. That was kind of expected given the way that the koftas were. The sauce is tomatoey. It's nice. It's just lacking a little bit of flavouring there. It's just a rich tomato sauce. To be honest with you, that's probably how they're supposed to come, but I expected a kind of more elevated flavour in there with it being specially selected. It's not unpleasant, but I'm not going to rush back to buy this one. I'm going to give this one a 7 out of 10. Okay, and lastly, the chicken parmesana. Not quite sure it's supposed to look like that. It just looks like a big gloopy mess in there. You know, when you look at the kind of the label on the front, and that's what you get, not ideal, but hey. Right, first up, not enough parmesan in there. Getting the mozzarella, we're getting a lot of that basil and the tomato sauce in there. The chicken has been kind of shredded, which actually works better than kind of the chunks of chicken. I hate it on these kind of ready meals where the chunks of chicken are on there because they don't fit with it. The shredded chicken means it gets cooked properly and it's less slimy than they are. It's a pleasant flavour. I just wish it had some more parmesan in it. It's not going boom like the chorizo was. That was amazing. I am going right back to that one. Pleasant enough though. Looks worse than it tastes, I'll tell you that now. I'm going to give this one a 7 out of 10. Okay folks, as with every review you do, there's a winner and there's a loser. I think you can guess the loser today. It's these. It's the Iberico ham croquettes. Now the koftas were really, really close on that one, but I think the bitterness, the lack of kind of taste in there, and you know, it's been specially selected, should have been much better than that one. And also, with them being really soggy, they are a loser today, but I've got to say, very closely followed by those koftas with the gristle in there. You'll already know what the winners are. Yes, the chorizo with that chimichurri and that sherry in there. I just wish that honey came through a little bit more. There's a bit more taste of that honey. It'd have got a 10 out of 10. I don't give 10 out of 10s very often, but this is a 9, 9.5 out of 10. It is so close. If you're going to get any, get this. Enjoy it. Enjoy your summer. Folks, that'll do for this one. We'll see you on to next.